go over Bitcoin. As you guys can see, we are now at 65.2K inside of Bitcoin, pushing up to the resistance at 66.6K or 66.7K, whichever one you want to say. But yeah, it is pushing up there. We're going to talk about this today. Remember, I'm not a financial advisor, none of this financial advice, but let's get straight into it. So as you can see, this is an ascending triangle right here. And again, ascending triangles, bullish patterns. But mind you, it's entering that bullish pattern from a downtrend. Ascending triangles have like a 77% win rate to the upside. But usually when they're coming in from a downtrend, you have a less likely chance of winning. And then that 23% chance of you losing that trade probably is going to come in on one of those times. So there's a possibility that this could be a trap. What we could see is like a breakout from that 66K region, possibly hitting 69K, where the 200-day moving average is probably going to end up being by then. And that's also where the Fibonacci resistance is at 69K. There's a possibility that this thing could push out of this ascending triangle at 66K, get to 69K at the 200-day moving average and the fib, and then pull back from there and continue to dump. So that is pretty much what I'm watching right now for Bitcoin, right? Now that's the daily chart. If you look here at the MACD, you can see it just now finished its bullish divergence. And bullish divergence here is when you get the lower lows on the chart, followed by higher lows on in the MACD, until eventually you hit the end, and then it starts to become bullish and starts to break out. So that's exactly what we had here. We had the lower lows on the charts right here and in here, and then the bullish divergence was finished, and that's why you're seeing it breaking out now. So that's pretty much why that happened and why it's forming an ascending triangle now, getting ready to break out. Now this is the %R trend exhaustion on the daily. Honestly, it's probably going to do something similar to this, right? Where the short-term trend breaks out, comes back down, long-term trend stays near the oversold region, and the short-term trend just keeps trending up and down until it finally dumps again. So I believe we're going to have another push up, and then on the short-term trend, and the long-term trend is going to stay down here, and then we're going to have this push back down, right? And if we have another push up, it could end up looking like how it did back here. And if you look at what it did back here, it looks exactly like what we are forming up right now, right? Because we had an ascending triangle right here within a rising wedge. So we had a bullish pattern within a bearish pattern, which in terms means that it's a bull trap, right? Because you have the ascending triangle trading within the rising wedge, which creates a bull trap, right? And that's why when we pushed past the ascending triangle, we got up to that Fibonacci resistance, and then we got rejected and dumped because it was at the top of that rising wedge, right? And I believe we're building the same exact thing now, because if you look at the MACD did the same exact thing right here. And if you also look at the ascending triangle, doing the same exact thing here, pushing up to that Fibonacci resistance. And then if you look at the %R, it's looking the exact same. So I believe we're going to end up doing the same thing again here inside of Bitcoin. That's what it's looking like. And if that happens, again, a push out here from the ascending triangle up to like 69K, getting rejected here, and then pulling back from there. And then from there, I mean, there could be like a whole formation of like a another rising wedge, possibly. I don't know if it's going to be like that, but there's another possible rising wedge forming up here. And we'd have to wait until it hits that Fibonacci resistance to really know if it's doing that same exact thing. So I'll definitely keep you guys updated on that. As for the weekly chart, again, bullish divergence on the weekly chart as well. Lower lows on the charts while getting higher lows on the MACD. And as you can see here, we've been creating lower lows this whole time. And we've also been creating the higher lows on the MACD. So if we are going to pull back, there's still the risk of 50K Bitcoin. We just gotta wait and see. If this weekly chart just keeps breaking out and keeps going and keeps going and keeps going, then that means there would be no pullback and no more lower low. But it usually doesn't happen like that. We're probably going to get some selling pressure coming in here sometime in August possibly. So we'll have to see if it happens like that. So that's what we'll be paying attention to. And then as for the 4 hour chart, it doesn't really matter because it's on more of a short term chart. And we're just kind of talking about long term predictions here with Bitcoin, right? But looking at the 4 hour, yes, it's coming up to the top of that 66K range, but it's nothing that the daily doesn't tell us, right? So that's what we got going on in Bitcoin. I'll keep you guys updated with that. And as for everything else, you got people that are super bulls, you got people that are super bears. But it is looking like a lot of people are leaning more on the bullish side, right? A lot of people are leaning more on the bullish side. This person says Bitcoin is on the edge of a major breakout. Bears have been warned. So yeah, you're seeing something clear like every single time. They're either super bullish or super bearish. This person's talking about how the Clarity Act was delayed again, which it has been, and no Senate vote is expected before the recess. And then they're saying the last time it was delayed, Bitcoin crashed from 97K to 64K. But in respects to that, you got to think the whole Iran war with the Strait of Hormuz thing, like that's kind of what was driving that, right? And then we got another person's talking about dangerous bearish divergence here emerging. And a lot of people are looking at this like, oh, it's going to break out. It's going to break out. So a lot of super bulls and a lot of super bears. So there's nobody really in between in the middle right now. And at this point right now, I'm in the middle because I was super bearish, but I'm in the middle. If it gets rejected here at 69K, if it gets rejected at 69K, then we're still in the bear market. If we break 69K and go to 70K and pass that 200-day moving average, then we're more than likely entering the bull market, right? If we pass this 200-day moving average on the daily, we're probably entering into a bull market if we pass that, right? So that is something we got to pay attention to. But yeah, this is pretty much all I got for you guys today. Go ahead and hit the like button and subscribe. Remember, I'm not a financial advisor. None of this is financial advice. Check out the link in the description for Vanisfy if you guys want to do some DeFi perps trading on the base platform. But yep, this is all I got for you guys today. And as always, I'll be back with another video.